This ain't nothing new, you know just what we're doing. Life's hard, but we're gonna make it through it. Life's hard, but we're gonna make it through it. You can't stop this train. You know we not doing it for the fame, but up in the city, people knowing the name. Cause we don't stop, won't stop, yeah, we keep it rolling. Don't stop, won't stop, yeah, we keep it going.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of A Break with Jake. I got one of my favorite humans on earth, Cale, D-O-double-D-S, baby. Cale Dodd's in the house.
Go.
How are we, brother?
Good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm great, dude. The vibes are high.
You are made for this, man. I love it.
This is like a dream, man, because you know I get to do the music thing, which is a dream, and now I get to feel like I'm doing my podcast thing.
I feel like it's just an extension of your personality too, man. Like when you text me saying you were going to do a podcast, I was like, that makes all the sense. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, I just like people, man, and I like talking to them and figuring them out. And
you're good at it.
Well, thank you, brother. You are too, man.
Yeah, well, we should do more.
Yeah, 100%.
Do our own podcast,
bro. That would be a vibe. I appreciate you coming on, brother.
I know we would never have guests. We would just be me
and
guests.
you.
They'd sit there. We'd be talking the whole time,
chopping it up, talking about Traeger grills and all that stuff, bro. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. It's hot outside.
So. You ain't lying, dude.
So if I sweat during this, it's because I ran through the parking lot to get here.
Yep,
so.
I'm the same way, dude. I just found myself. Where was I yesterday? I was somewhere yesterday and was sweating, and it was kind of embarrassing. Oh, I was doing TikTok creation for this other guy, and I was playing guitar for him, and I was sweating my balls off.
Dude,
and it was like, dude, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah.
I'm not nervous. Like it's just hot. It's just hot. It's hot as hell out here.
I know.
So,
like I've never been on camera, but I'm freaking out.
Literally, it was. I felt like that. I was like, they probably think I'm like a rookie at this.
Well, I went from a session to here, from a session to here, but I went home really fast to change shirts because it was so hot where we were riding, and I was on the way here, and I was like, why did I change? I'm already sweating walking back out from my house to here.
I feel like the idea is probably pretty smooth, though. I think I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I just got to go with more black like you.
The black is the move, and that's same. It's like I do it for two reasons. It's for sweat reasons and drink reasons.
Yes.
I usually spill drinks for something. Like I do that often. Dude, and you don't have to worry about it whenever you got the black on. So, brother, man, anyone who doesn't know, I've known Cale, about a year and a half, 2 years.
Right after pandemic.
First when I moved into town, we kind of got connected. Wrote a couple songs, and smashes. Cale's one of my favorite writers in Nashville.
Oh, thank you, man.
Absolutely, seriously. And I really just am excited for my people and new people coming in organically to find out about you. So let's start at the beginning, brother. Where are you from?
Very kind. I'm from Columbus, Georgia, right below Atlanta.
Okay.
Grew up on the Chattahoochee River, which divides Georgia and Alabama.
Yeah.
So literally baptized in the Chattahoochee River. Came up here, 11 years ago, and been on the grind since, man. So it's been a journey, but I love Nashville.
I mean, wow. It's crazy. You've been here 11 years, bro.
And dude, it really feels like 4.
Well, you look so young too.
I appreciate that.
I mean it too. It's just like you look like you have not been here 11 years.
Well, I'm 56.
Woo!
So.
This guy, he moved here, bro. 45. This guy's awesome. But talk to me, bro, about when does music become a part of your life? How old were you? What's the first memory where it's like, I might want to do this?
For me, the first memories of music were honestly, so my parents were not musical at all.
Same.
But they just loved music. I think that's actually one of our first conversations is how it kind of evolved. But my parents just always played music, and they loved music. So it was always on in the house, always on, in the car, going 100%. Wherever. So my earliest memory of music, though, is my dad. I have an older brother who plays drums with me, and my dad used to wake us up in the morning, but just by cranking the radio, like in the living room. So it was like a awesome alarm clock. So he would just come open our doors and crank it up to like whatever the morning radio show was, and playing songs. And so that was my earliest memory of it, because I would go to school with whatever that song was in my head, and I would make up words to the melodies of those songs.
This is big.
That's how I started writing.
Do you have one that stuck out where, like, maybe it played a couple times during the week and it's like, this is my song?
Actually, I remember, it's funny, man, no one's asked that, but I do remember Life is a Highway.
Woo!
Not the Rascal Flatts version, the Tom Cochran, the original version.
You're an OG.
Yeah, man. For whatever reason, I just remember that being stuck in my head all day, and like getting back in the car after school and scanning the radio to hopefully find it again. 'Cause that's where, well, you know, you couldn't dial it up on your
Stuck in your head during
smartphone
science and
yeah, right.
fourth period. It's
and I just
like,
remember making up my own version of those lyrics. And I was like, well, if I can do that, like,
it's really cool.
you know what I mean?
You know what I think about, bro?
Yeah, what was yours?
I remember my dad was really big into hip hop and really big into like 80s rock, like hair bands.
Yeah, there we go.
So I remember mine wasn't before school. Mine was on the way to school. We had to drive 20 minutes every day to get to my school. And he would always play Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Let's go.
And then he would have Nate Dogg and Warren G, Regulator every day.
Dad had
so
taste,
it's like,
man.
it was ingrained in my brain, like those songs. And I mean, it wears off. So it's cool
hilarious.
to hear. It's cool to hear you had kind of like the music playing before school, and it was the same deal. It was stuck in my head the whole day. What's crazy is kids nowadays will not even know. And we sound like old people now, but it's like, dude, you couldn't go pull it up on your phone,
right?
Like during lunch or during go to a bath. Dude, you had to scan the radio like you said, or just hope it came on.
Just
like,
fingers crossed.
Fingers across. Dude, I mean, that's insane to me because now kids will pull it up in 5 seconds. Like, did you hear that song yesterday? And then they'll pull it up off TikTok in 5 seconds.
It's like the attention span is so, you know, instant gratification, you know?
No doubt, bro.
But it's funny. Has it translated to you in like later in life? Because I know for me, anytime I'm, you know, getting ready or like, you know, hurrying in the morning to get ready, I put on a song.
Totally.
And Candace, my fiance, always gives me hell for it. She's like, you have to have a song playing. She's like, you don't get tired of it. That's what you do all day. I was like, well, no, because my earliest memory as a kid is I got ready to music in the morning as I'm running out the door. So
it's really cool how that kind of,
you know what I mean?
100%. And I'm the same way. I'm either a music or a podcast guy.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have to.
Yeah.
I fall asleep every night going to something playing.
Really?
So that's really cool to hear that. So next question I want to ask is, you have your first memory of music. When do you remember getting into it? Where you started playing an instrument or singing, or when was that?
My dad's dad had a guitar that was given to him as a gift, so he didn't know how to play it. It was always kind of set in his living room.
Yeah.
And whenever we'd go over there, you know, I was always told not to touch it, which is why I picked it up.
Of course.
I would just go in there and just pick it up and hold it and just feel like a cowboy, you know? Like,
yeah,
I
dude.
just loved just strumming it and beating the shit out of it. And, I don't know. I was like, I would always ask for one since then. And my parents finally broke down and gave me one. And you know,
I love that,
I had
bro.
like a neighbor that knew some chords and,
Yeah.
you know, super into like, especially at that age, you know, it was like, we're talking like middle school, into like a lot of like Blink-182 and stuff, which I still love. But at the time, you could learn those songs because they were like fairly simple, like pop punk, like bar chord songs. And you know the feeling of like learning songs for the first time.
It's big.
But, you know?
You can't forget it.
No. I mean, I got obsessed.
I mean, that's massive.
Iconic.
Massive.
What was that? Was that the first for you?
Forget about the things I said when I was drunk. Whatever that is.
So good.
That was like a lick
man.
that you could,
That's an iconic guitar lift.
bro, and it's really cool. So you pick up the guitar. How old were you then?
Actually, I have a great story surrounding that.
No,
I was
can we?
12 or 13.
Okay, so
But full story or full circle for that is,
let's go in.
So that is one of the first songs that I had to learn it front to back. That guitar riff, everything, right? Now, like you had to learn it. The full circle of that is fast forward. I would say 15 years. My math is terrible. 15, 16 years. I ended up writing with those guys and getting songs
full circle
cut on their record that they did when they were in Nashville.
Dude.
And now those guys are good friends, the Popoff brothers.
Isn't that wild?
Awesome. But I remember being in the studio while they were tracking the song and going, this is literally the reason I moved to Nashville.
Full circle.
Like learning those songs, you know, and I'm
glad you shared that because there is something real about manifestation, dude.
It is. It's true.
Even without trying, just like believing in something and putting time into something, it can always come back.
100%.
Just like that. Dude, it is crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Only in Nashville.
I mean, 100%. So you pick up the guitar, brother, and like, what's the next step? Where I guess my next question is, when does it come to where it's like, oh, I might want to do this like for a job? You remember?
I'm still working on that.
Yeah, 100%. We're trying to make it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was always, I don't think there was ever like this happened and then I stumbled on this. It was like early on, I always just wanted to do this full time.
Yeah, I love that.
It's always been the goal. It's never been different. I mean, there have been times when, you know, I'm sleeping in the back of a van and using my brother's snare drum as a pillow, and you know the shows are rough and we hadn't slept, and you know, and I rethink the decision.
Totally,
but,
bro.
It's always worth it though, man. You know,
man.
Like, it's always been the goal though, for sure.
Yeah. So when does you coming to Nashville become a thing?
I remember I came up here when I was 17 or 18 years old for a recording session.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this is where people, I don't say like us, but this is where the creatives come to do the thing I want to do every day.
100%.
And I've always kind of heard that, but actually coming up here and seeing that was way different. Because there's everybody like me and you that moved here. They were maybe one of the only people in their, you know, their town or their community 100%. Or family. Maybe they felt like an outlier, an outcast. But then you come here and you go, oh, no, we're all trying to do the same thing, which is intimidating at the same time. But it's also like, no, I'm validated here in my vision, you know?
Yeah, it just makes you feel like you're in the right place.
100%.
You don't, I don't know, if you were in freaking, I don't know, some other, New Mexico, and you're trying to do, it's like, you can do it, but you're so isolated. When you have that competition, we could go down here tonight and see someone really freaking good. And you're like, dude, I got to write better. I got to sing better.
I'm sure there's people in this room right now that are more talented than me. I mean,
same,
but
bro.
Seriously,
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
You're welcome.
100%.
But it's just like, but that is intimidating. You know, you go to Starbucks and the guy pouring your coffee is a phenomenal songwriter, a phenomenal guitar player, and you're like, oh, I need to step my game up. You
just don't get that anywhere else where you can run into him. It was mine was probably, I think it was 2 months ago, a month ago, and I had to get my strings changed out. I had to get brand new ones, and I went to this old guitar pawn something place, right?
Yeah.
And the guy that was changing the strings, I just was talking to him while he was doing it. And he was like a hit song. I don't remember his name. I don't want to butcher it either. But he was a hit songwriter. And then he was like, oh, I'm just doing it as a side gig, man.
Jeez.
And I'm just thinking, dude, you can run into him anywhere. Here.
Yeah.
And like he had hits.
Wow.
And it was like, this is incredible. So, I mean, it's a great point that having that competition here, and it's not even competition, but it just keeps you on your guard.
Yeah, keeps you hungry, keeps you going. My dad used to call me every morning when I moved up here. He stopped doing it. He still reminds me of it every now and then. But my first year I moved to town, he called me every morning or sent me a text and said, good luck today. Just remember there's an 18-year-old that moved to town that's more hungry than you are.
Wow.
And you talk about lighting a fire. I mean, every morning I heard him say it or he sent me a text. Literally, I was like, he ain't wrong. And I think about that every day to this day. And he's not wrong.
It's one of the best things I've ever heard. Seriously. I mean, it's so true.
Yeah, it is.
Today, there was one that moved. And he's ready to...
There's probably 20 that moved here today.
He's ready to rock.
And he's more talented than both of us.
They're ready to go.
Right.
They're ready to make their... And
it's true.
You just can't get complacent here.
Can't get complacent.
You'll get replaced. Complacent equals replaced.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying,
like
baby?
it.
That's it. We're just dropping bombs right now, baby.
That's
good.
But,
okay, so you moved to Nashville here. Talk to me. You record your music. When is the next step where it's like, okay, people are getting interested in what I'm doing?
Man, I'm kind of like you. I just hustled. I was like, I was knocking on every door. I was writing with every guy that said they were a songwriter.
100%.
You know, and you know, you keep hustling. You keep meeting people. You can't be afraid to, you know, get outside your comfort zone. And man, I just kind of kept finding my circle, finding my people, and that's the biggest thing I felt like.
Very big.
You know what I mean? It's like, who are my people? What is my crew? And not even necessarily like your ride or dies. I mean, yeah,
totally.
But like like who am I actually creating well with?
Great point.
And and there's a difference. I feel like because I think about this a lot too. Not who do I have fun writing with? Because that's I think important. But at the same time, like who am I actually getting good stuff with? And who do I write really well with?
1,000%.
And do they get what I'm doing? Do they believe in what I'm doing? And do I compliment them? Do they compliment me? Or am I just, you know, am I spinning my wheels, you know? I think doing that evaluation is
huge.
important.
And evaluating, there's nothing wrong with I guess it's not even like not stopping writing with a co-writer. It's just you have to find the people that make you feel the best and you feel like you have freedom in that room where you can say whatever you want, even if it's stupid. Because that's where most of the time your best stuff's gonna come out. From I haven't done it. You've done it way longer than me. Dude, but it's like you're in my circle of that, and it's like Same. But I feel like I can say anything. I could have the worst melody ever. Yeah. But I don't fear throwing it out to you because
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's important. I think it sounds like a cliche, but they
does.
say it all the time, dare to suck. But I'm like, you should. If you have to be comfortable enough to be like, hey, this might be bad, but what if it was something like this? And in those moments, I'm like, oh my God, because if I've said that before, you've gone, oh yeah, it's this. I'm like, yeah, or vice versa.
It just usually always adds up.
But there's a vulnerability and a bravery that comes with that.
It's huge.
You have to be comfortable enough with that other person to do it.
When you're not, it's really scary. Yeah. Because you could have, we were talking, like a hit songwriter, and you're like, oh, I don't think I should do this. Because he probably will hate it.
But that's how he did it. You know what I mean?
Boom. And so it's like, that was part, and I still learn on it, but that was a really big part of, it was a big growth for me. Yeah. Where I used to kind of just swallow, to be like, we can do whatever. Yeah. And then when I talked to people like you and other people who were like, you just got to say it, man. Because it could bring something to their brain that makes them take it to another level. That's
why I love co-writing right there, because it's never the same. There's no formula. It's always different. It's different with you than it is with this guy, and
100%.
It's cool.
So, man, I love that. So, your artist career really took off. I want to kind of hear about how that was. You went on tour and had a couple smashes. What was that like, dude?
I mean, there's nothing better to me. I mean, playing live and touring is, that's the reason I got into it.
Totally.
Wanted to be on stage performing. And I never saw the things separate. I mean, a lot of people go, and some people are just writers. Some people are just artists. Some people are artists who are also writers, and, vice versa. But to me, it was never like, am I going to just do this or just do that? It's like they were always together. Like, I'll always be an artist. I'll always be a songwriter.
100%.
I think it's a seasonal thing too, though. I mean, for me, I had my biggest touring year was 2019, right as we were on the heels of pandemic, and so I went from having my first bus tour and just an incredible year of touring to literally parking the bus and not playing shows and not leaving my house because of
insane.
Yeah, so that was. But at that same time, my songwriting side of things started taking off even more. So I started really focusing on that. I won't say more, but that was the only thing we could all focus on.
100%.
Just writing. So
I remember you saying that, but I'm glad you brought that back up, because that was a really crazy time for every person. But musicians, it was wild too, because you got to figure out something to do. So you're going on this crushing tour, and then it's like, okay, we're not doing this.
It went from being in front of the most people I've ever been in front of in a year to being around the least amount of people I've been around in my life.
And your dog?
I didn't even have a dog at the time.
Didn't even have a dog?
Yeah.
Sad times.
Sad times.
It was sad times, bro. But this is a big moment in your life, blessing in disguise.
Oh, man.
Because I want to lock in on this, brother. You really, so you start locking in on the songwriting. It's what we could do.
Yeah.
Let's just start with this, bro. You have a number one.
Thank you.
And that's a massive number one. Everyone I'm going to say it knows the song. Drinking beer, talking God, amen.
Yeah.
That's the most American song ever right there, brother. What a title, bro. Talk to me about how that comes to life. When does it come to life? That's a big moment. I want to know what's going down.
The song has been a blessing for sure. And
it's a crazy good song, dude.
Thank you, man.
100%.
It was written on the last day of tour with Chase Rice in 2019, December like 12th or something like that.
Insane.
The last show, and it was the last song we wrote. Again, before the end of that year, when before the world shut down.
Yep.
And honestly, that song, it's been a blessing for a lot of reasons, but it was kind of the thing that gave me the hope that I needed at times. I didn't have it during pandemic.
Love that, bro.
Because it was like written, recorded and put out, during that time, and it was always like just that little glimmer of hope that kind of kept me going a lot. So
isn't that wild?
Yeah. So that song, very grateful for it for sure. And Chase sounds awesome on it. And
Yeah.
you know, when I remember I was having a terrible day during pandemic when I found out Florida Georgia Line was going to be on the second verse with them, and just a lot of full circle stuff. Just knowing those guys and Chase as long as I have, and you know that being the last show I had played.
Totally, dude.
A lot of full circle stuff there.
There is a lot of full circle
Yeah.
going on, bro.
So-
and I feel like it's just not something to like count out. That's just super cool.
I believe everything happens the way it's supposed to and for reasons.
I love that, brother.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you, man. I also want to tap in on the, like you've done some sync stuff too, which people
Yeah.
don't know sync. It's like commercials and
Yeah.
movies. Bro, I'm watching College Game Day with my dad, coffee. We might have had Michelob at like 8 a.m. I'm just going to say coffee though. There was coffee in that cup.
No edits.
And it wasn't whiskey neither, I promise. And dude, your song is playing on College Game Day during commercial. Talk to me about that, bro. Talk about that song.
Again, just one of those things where you
It's
don't.
freaking awesome.
Thank you. No, that's also been a blessing. I mean, you know, like I said, pandemic did a lot of things to a lot of people for their careers, or you know, maybe you picked up a new skill, maybe you didn't.
Totally.
For me, I didn't have any of the producing or logic or anything like that
Yeah.
beforehand. But during pandemic, I got it, and I was like, well, what am I going to do with this time? You know, who knows how long it's going to last?
I love that,
And so I
bro.
dove in on the production side of things a little more, just to like be a better writer, you know. And that was one of the songs that kind of started during that time. And me and my buddy Eddie and Mike wrote that song together. I sang the vocals at my house, and you know, it was like not long after that they picked it up for a car commercial, and then the ESPN picked it up shortly after that, which was another full circle thing, just because
Keep them
it
coming.
was almost to like the day, like a year to the day, when it was on the college, the national championship when Georgia won this past year, and I've
That's
been
your
watching
team.
it, and that's my team, and I've been watching it every college game day, every Saturday. I would watch all of it to see to hear the song during the Georgia game. And everyone else heard it during the Georgia game, and for whatever reason, I never heard it during the Georgia game. I heard it every other game, literally, except Georgia. And I'm, you know, a diehard Georgia fan.
100%.
And I was like, I just want to hear it during the Dogs game.
Did it happen?
National championship. I'm sitting there, and that's the first time I heard it. And it was the most beautiful thing 'cause they won, and, you know. it was cool.
That's a very big day.
Yeah, and there was a lot of other things too. Like it was like an anniversary of, you know, not only the day. It was like the anniversary of the day we wrote it, or something. It was like three other things that you just can't make up.
Full circle.
Gotta
What did
believe,
you
man.
What did you do to celebrate Georgia winning that title?
Man,
Do you remember what you drank?
I do.
What did you get after that night?
I
I would have been blacked out.
Nah, it was a bit of a headache the next day. But I remember I had a bottle of Black Label.
Hello.
Yeah, it
And
was
that-
great. It was
and-
given to me as a gift for the number one that I saved. Oh, that was the other full circle thing. I saved that for that, and it happened to be that night. Yeah, so
Incredible.
lot
So
of
you got hammered for free
yeah.
and like celebrated. I mean you can't really beat that, dude.
Just remember, I jumped on the couch and
Oh, yeah.
I heard a crack. So there was a little bit of a look that I was getting on the other end of the couch.
Totally. Yeah. Can't have that, bro.
Good times.
That's amazing, bro.
was a
So
child.
before we hop into this next segment, talk to me about what's been going on in your, it's 2023. What are you excited about? What have you been rocking with? What's been going on?
It's been good, man. As I've continued to write and just focus on a little bit of the production side of things, my artist stuff is, it has another wave
Totally.
of itself right now, which is awesome. I
Love it.
Got another commercial recently with a song of mine, kind of like the other one, which is great.
Congrats.
Thank you, man. It's
incredible.
Just got a master back that I've been waiting on. I've got another one in the cannon.
There it is.
I've got I'm trying to be more like you on social media, man. I need to be better at that. So
son.
I'm actually leaving here after this to go to a team meeting for
There it is.
how to be better on social. So
That's
rolling
it,
out,
man.
got a few shows lined up.
Exciting.
And some releases lined up. So yeah, man. I look at it. I can't remember. I didn't make up this analogy, but I can't remember who I got it from.
Please
This
bring
is
it to us.
Like years ago, I heard it. I always look at it as Batman and Bruce Wayne. So like and it's the same person, but it's
Right.
two different things, right? Like on stage is my Batman. That is what I live for.
Yeah.
But when I'm in Nashville writing, that's my Bruce Wayne. And so I feel like I've
a
just
great
been in,
analogy.
since the pandemic, I've just been in a heavier season of Bruce Wayne, which has been great because it's led to better things for the Batman.
Yeah.
And it's the same guy, but
Bro, I love how you just explained that, bro. Whenever I was in school, I would have certain teachers that would explain stuff like that, where they would make it like a basketball term for math or
right.
something. Because, dude, I couldn't concentrate on like the Pythagorean theorem. You have to make it fun for me, bro. You have to start talking about crazy shit so I can lock in.
I get it,
or else
man.
I just won't lock in.
Well, we're creatives, right? Like that's why.
That's it.
We focus on, like, you know, I always said like ADD was a gift, not a curse, because it's like
Facts.
I feel like it allows me to focus on the things that are feeding me.
100%.
You know what I mean?
I totally agree, bro. I just feel like
Figuring out how to learn it.
I feel like the way you explained that, you brought up the Batman. I was locked in the whole time.
But you relate. You know what I mean?
It was a great way to explain that because I was locked in the whole time.
Speaking of hoops, though, we need to get on the court.
Oh, I'm in, brother. You know I'm in.
I don't say that in a challenging kind of way because I've seen videos of you hooping.
We'll be on the same team.
We'll be on the same team.
We'll be on the same team. Cool. We'll get after it, bro. I love it. So I want to hop into this next segment, brother.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, you know, I try to on this podcast get into all my lifestyle, which is like we got the normal side. I like to talk to people. I like to be weird and like goofy, and then I like to like talk about serious stuff like mental health and stuff. So this is like kind of the more goofier segment where we're gonna hit you with some rapid fire questions. So there's not really like nothing crazy on here, but I need you to really not think about your answer. I kind of need it off the top.
This is the most anxiety-driven.
Yep.
Because of taking tests as an ADD kid.
Here we are.
You don't want time. You don't want to take your time.
Yep.
Okay. So
And but you don't have that. So
I'll give it to you as the best I got.
the best you can.
All right.
And they're not bad. They're pretty easy questions.
That's what they all say.
Yep. Here we go.
All right.
Hail Dodds. Dream collab, dead or alive. Who is it?
Springsteen.
Woo! When was your first kiss? Talk to me about that story real quick.
Brooke Johnson.
Hello, Brooke.
7th grade.
7th grade.
Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, movie time.
And she said that I kissed better than her boyfriend.
Hell yeah.
And that's a fact.
Brooke, baby. Boom.
Shout out, Brooke, wherever you are.
And the boyfriend, you suck, son. Biggest fear.
Oh, man.
Mine's snakes. I hate snakes.
I don't like snakes.
Not a snake guy.
I would say biggest fear is wasting time.
Woo! Dropping them.
Got real on it.
I love it. Okay, last one, bro. This is easy. Okay. Dream venue. Selling it out. Me and you. Where we at?
Well, there's a couple, but I would say, Nissan Stadium, man. Wow.
Massive.
I mean, it's our hometown. We're
massive.
here. I mean,
I think it'd be a great spot.
It's a huge
spot. What's the runner-ups? What were you thinking on those?
There's always something about like Wembley.
Yeah.
I just remember like watching the Foo Fighters live at Wembley DVD all the time, and I've always was like, I'm playing that stage.
I need to do that.
So that's one.
I love that, bro.
Yeah, my hometown of Columbus, Georgia. That's as a kid, going there for like our CHL hockey.
Totally.
It was always like, I grew up watching concerts there, so that's kind of like would be a full circle.
Full circle. Manifested on this podcast.
Put it out there.
Wait for it, brother, because it's been coming.
Come play it with me.
Next segment. It's pretty freaking serious, bro. Would you rather?
Oh, God.
And we get after it.
I thought the questions were over.
Here it comes, brother. Let's debate these real quick. I want to see which ones. Would you rather have a 1-minute conversation with your past self or your future self?
Oh,
we can debate it, but we don't have to think about it off the top. I'd want to talk to my future. What would you ask your future self for 1 minute? You get 1 minute.
I would ask him to tell me.
Tell
me to avoid what are the top 3 pitfalls I need to avoid.
Dude, the fact that you came up with that off the top that's a great question.
If that doesn't explain to you what I lay awake in bed thinking at night.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what I would ask, bro.
What would you ask? Future or past? You said future, right?
I said future. And I would say, did you get married And is she fine as hell? That's what I was. Is she fine?
What if he was just like, you do get married and she is not hot?
She is indeed not hot.
And you'd be like, whoa. And you'd be like, 59 seconds. We're done.
Fuck, no. And then I'd go to your question. I'd say, tell me the 3 people. I'd be sad. Should I divorce her is what I'd say, bro.
That's all the time we have.
That's it. Okay, so next serious question. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
1 horse-sized duck, because I have a mean roundhouse kick.
Shit, so 1 horse-sized duck.
And I'd get him right in the damn jugular. Yeah.
Dude, think about a horse-sized duck just running around this bitch. It would be
ducks are mean too,
and you
man.
could just knock it out.
Yeah.
This has been my favorite on the my favorite question on the pod. I ask it a lot.
Oh, God.
Would you rather have a 10-inch long belly button that swayed to music or accordion for legs? I like to really get down on this one and talk about it.
All right, give it to me one more time.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to digest.
Accordion for legs?
Would you rather have a 10-inch long belly button
like an Audi?
that swayed to music anytime you heard music, or
This is the worst question of all time.
accordion for legs? So you know an accordion? So you'd be bouncing around.
but does it actually make noise? Like it's a real accordion?
It's an accordion.
What a unique I mean, I would probably
Thank you.
say belly button because if I'm walking, I'm definitely making noise at all times. You can't turn it off.
So here's where I come in with my argument.
Okay? You can argue both sides, can't you?
I can.
I knew it.
I've thought about this. So say me and you, which we don't go out, but if we went out to Broadway, me and you are at Jason Aldean's.
Oh, God.
They're playing, sitting here, drinking beer, talking God, amen. And we're ready to get up on that stage.
All right.
You can't hear what sound your legs are making. It's too loud. But your damn belly button's out here swaying, and I'm trying to hit on a girl, and she's asking, "What's wrong with your friend? Why is his belly button fucking swaying?"
What if she wants to come rub on my belly button?
Dog, who wants to?
I don't know, man.
I mean, the thing is swaying, dude, like a snake.
Yeah, so you got a snake sticking out of your stomach.
And I'm saying, bro, he wrote this song.
She was like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
He's fucking weird, son. I mean,
You have to tuck it in your pants or something.
I think I go.
Accordion legs?
Bro, I might, bro. No.
But everywhere you walk is just...
Bro, but the embarrassment from having a 10-inch belly button would kill me.
I think...
People would get used to my legs.
I'd cut it off. You have to cut it off.
Just like amputate them?
Yeah. I mean...
I don't mind that. I think that's kind of a good answer.
I mean, yeah, do the belly button, cut it off.
I love
Final
that.
answer.
I want to get into one more.
All right.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather... Damn. Would you rather have finger-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers? Finger-sized nipples. So they're out here.
Yeah, okay.
Or nipple-sized fingers. Nipple-sized fingers.
I think you'd have to
Finger-sized
go
nipples.
with...
So we would either be looking at this. I'm going to just...
yeah, give me a visual.
It'd be like this or this.
He's doing too.
You tell me, Kill.
I would... well...
Which one's looking cooler to you?
I definitely would go with nipple-sized... No. Finger-sized nipples. And just like the belly button, I would cut it off after that.
You just cutting off shit.
You have to, man. If you get little-ass fingers... You can't cut. I mean, you could, but you wouldn't cut your fingers off, regardless of how small or
You want it.
you want.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
And the nips, you could probably snap them off.
I get a damn soldering iron and just, you know what I mean.
You know, just fucking kill those things.
Get right after it. I'd drink a bottle of whiskey and just
Damn.
bite down hard.
Bro,
on
I've never
something
even
and
thought
go.
about the cutoff part. I've asked this to people.
You didn't say you couldn't. You know
I
what I'm saying,
didn't.
right?
I think it's like a rule. We're just
valid point.
You're just you're on the surgery.
Did I give the
son.
best answer to the?
I think you did.
Okay.
I mean, you might have just kind of ended the
I don't want to
accordion for legs.
self-proclaim the best answer, but
Yeah, you might have
said
ended
it.
that question because anytime someone says an answer, I'm going to tell them I just cut them bitches off, and now we're back.
Yeah, good to go.
I love it, Kale. You're so smart. That's why I love. That's why I asked the
only
hard ones right there because you think fast. You don't give yourself credit. Like you think fast. So that was I'm gonna off air. I'm gonna ask you some more so I can pick your brain on them.
I can only work when cameras are on.
Yeah, that's it, brother. Well, I want to get into this last segment, brother.
Yeah.
Really a big part of like my fan base and people that tap in on my side is really like a big mental health thing.
And I love that so much, man. You're
Thank
doing
you.
such a great job with it, and it's organic.
Thank you, brother.
It's you.
Thank
and, man. And I just love that you are leading the charge with that.
Thank you, bro.
Awesome.
I just think it's something that's really important that's not talked about enough in general, but really with men, we're really kind of expected to kind of just cope with that and not really speak up and just kind of get through it. That's just kind of how most guys are raised.
Totally.
But I want to talk to you about it because we've talked about it in sessions and you're super vulnerable, dude. Whenever you've went through like the darkest time in your life, which you can open up about it or not, what did you do to kind of help yourself get out of that? Was it music? Was it something you did? Anything?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Anyone who's going through something, I want to know what would you say to them?
Man,
what helped you?
Yeah, I'd say a couple things, but I mean,
Totally.
for me,
Get after it.
I think having a guy like yourself who you can talk to about that stuff,
100%,
or multiple people, but like as long as you have somebody that you can. It doesn't even have to be advice.
No.
Just an ear.
Totally.
So it can get out of you. Like you can actually just voice it.
100%.
I think that's important.
Totally.
So
let me add on that real quick
Yeah.
to the camera. So that answer would align with the circle of your people,
Yes.
the circle of your friends.
Yes.
That really matters because
100%.
you can have friends in your circle that just want to go party, get drunk all the time, which is fine. But whenever you need it, when you're down, are they going to be really there? And your answer aligns with having a really good circle. You need someone in that circle or multiple people, hopefully, that are there. They'll listen.
Right.
They'll go have fun with you, whatever you want to do. But whenever you're not feeling like you want to go out, they need to be there.
Totally.
Those are real friends. Keep going. Sorry,
No,
brother.
you're right. I agree with that completely. And to add to that, I think it's equally as important to have the kind of friends that hopefully recognize when you are there and you're not saying it.
Great point, brother.
You know what I mean?
Great point. That's a great point.
Yeah. So I think that making sure that circle is there, I think is crucial.
Totally.
And being there for them is also equally as crucial.
You got to 100%. It's got to be equal.
And but man, for me, because I'm like you. I'm an upbeat guy. I typically have a lot of energy. I love silly goose shit. I love just laughing and making people laugh and fun,
Totally.
But I'm also human. And
100%.
there are days where I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me?
100%.
But I think for me, I do a couple things. I think working out is a big one.
Huge.
And my fiance always laughs. She's like, "Have you worked out today?" If it's one of those days for me.
100%.
And because I'm not 100% if I haven't. It's mental, it's physical, it's everything.
1,000%. And I think anyone, even if people watching this pod are not really into exercise, there's different forms of exercise. We like to go to the gym.
100%.
We like to get the pump in. You don't even have to do that.
Go on a walk.
Go outside. Yeah. Go on a walk. Just go get with nature.
If anyone says they don't have gym equipment, it's like, dude, do push-ups and air squats. There's so many things. You can Google, you can YouTube right now, best body weight exercises, and there will be thousands of videos.
And if you're a homebody, son, you don't even got to leave your house.
Exactly. I don't. Mine's in my
You don't
garage.
have to. I mean, there's so many
my weights
things.
are in my garage. I don't go to the gym.
Yoga.
Yeah.
That is a big one. So I want to just add on that. That's huge.
You're right.
Exercise is huge. Get your brain working. Get the blood flowing.
It's 100%.
Boost that dopamine.
Yeah. So working out's a big one. A circle, your friends are a big one.
Huge.
I'm a spiritual guy.
Totally.
So I mean, prayer is big for me and my spirituality. So whatever, if you believe in, God or whatever you do believe in, for me it's God. I find aligning myself back with my spiritual side,
100%.
making sure that check-in is good. For me, meditation's big.
Huge, bro. You're knocking all these. Like you haven't even seen any of my episodes aren't out. Yeah. We're knocking off all these when I ask this question. So keep going, bro.
Meditation's
huge.
big. I mean, just even getting quiet. Like you don't have to listen to an app. I mean, there are plenty of free apps or plenty of things with guidance. But I just think, man, the practice and the art of literally being quiet and still with your phone on mute.
Yeah, bro.
For 10 minutes.
10 minutes
is a game changer.
100%.
So obviously meditation's big.
Incredible.
Reading something inspiring or motivational or interesting or whatever the case, for whatever reason, is helpful to me.
Totally.
It doesn't even have to be, I mean, like a long, complicated thing.
Nope.
I mean, just even a couple pages is helpful.
It can, bro. It's just things to anything, the thing that all those points They take you off like your normal schedule, your
Yeah.
normal, where you don't, we often, me and you, and as humans, we overthink things about our day, which we can just make ourselves feel shitty off of
Yes.
it. But it's like, dude, whenever you can go lock into something and attack it, whether it's a walk or exercising or journaling or meditation, and you can knock that out, you already feel like you've knocked out something for the day, and you feel accomplished.
You're right.
And it does something to your psyche. I promise, bro.
No, it does. Everything we're saying, I think, is the same. It's this quote that I learned from a mentor of mine, and I 100% believe it. And this was huge for me during COVID. But I used it yesterday. You can't, make sure I don't mess this up. You can't feel your way into acting, but you can act your way into feeling.
Say it again.
You cannot feel your way into acting, but you can act your way into feeling. Meaning, if you're having one of those days, you can't just go, I want to feel better and just do it. I mean, maybe there's something there that you can do, but you have to act your way into feeling, meaning you have to get up and do the workout.
Bro.
You have to do the meditation. You have to get quiet for a minute, or you have to act your way into feeling better.
Great quote.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that quote. You've dropped a lot of really cool stuff.
Giving you everything I got, man.
The quotes are great, dog. It's like, those are really good moments, bro. I really love that.
I'll say one last thing.
Please, bring it to me.
Nailed the mic.
Smacked it.
So in short, what I do when I'm having one of those days, or I'm on the outs of where I want to feel, because I have them often.
Oh, 100%.
Something for myself and something for someone else. Meaning, whether it's whatever we just said, a workout or whatever, something
Totally
for me.
That would be you. Yep.
And then something for somebody else, like unsolicited.
Doesn't that do something?
100%. I can't even
I love
explain
that
it.
answer.
Even if it's just, it doesn't have to be like, go buy a gift for Jake. It could literally even be like sending a text to someone you hadn't talked to in a while.
Great point.
Just like, yo, dude, hope you're well. Had you on my mind today. Hope you're crushing it. Like, let's get up soon. Like, whatever. Like,
love
just
that,
something
Cale.
for somebody else.
Bro, go buy a homeless dude a cheeseburger.
Dude, yeah.
That's my shit.
Yeah.
I've been doing that lately where it's like I see homeless people and I love them, bro. And I'm just like, what can I do? And what meal can I get you? I get you whatever. That'll do something to you, bro. They're so
awesome.
thankful. I love that. Last thing I want to ask you about, bro, since we're both songwriters, artists, whenever you're going through a tough time, has music helped you with writing a song?
Oh, man.
Or I want to dive in on that real quick, and that's my last thing.
It's the most cathartic thing for me. Yeah. I mean, it is. When I say it's spiritual, or when I say it's that is my journaling. It absolutely is it's gotten me through everything.
I'm the same way, brother. 100%.
I mean, when I say all those things that you asked me about my steps and my process it starts with that.
100%.
And when that ain't kicking it, or whatever reason the creative juices are blocked and I need to go address something else, that's what I do. But first, it's always, how do I get this out on paper?
100%.
You know what I mean?
No, I think
you feel the same way?
I feel 100% the same way. I don't know, not to go too far, but I don't know where I'd be right now. Mm-hmm. Hopefully alive, seriously. Yeah. But without songwriting, because I wasn't a person who would speak up about it.
Right.
So I think about if I never came to songwriting and being able to sing what I was thinking into the mic and my lyrics, I don't know how I would have ever got it out, and I don't know where I'd be, and it's kind of scary.
About that all the time.
But it's like, dude, this thing, music is medicine, dude.
Oh,
and it's like, it's my medicine for sure.
No doubt.
I mean, I OD on that. I mean, that's the only I can do OD on that one, because it saves me, bro. And it's just really cool to be able to help other people with words that we think of and feelings that we have, and then to hear other people's songs. It like even sitting here talking God, amen, bro. Like that song is just, it boosts you. It boosts the dopamine. It makes you feel like I'm back in Manford, Oklahoma, getting drunk on the boat, son, just getting hammered with my boys. And we're talking about all our blessings. We're glad to be there.
Right.
Music is medicine, and it is. So it's really cool that we both feel the same about that.
No,
Music
it's
is
true.
so, anyone who doesn't songwrite, journaling's huge, like we said. Any songwriters watching this, artists, whenever you're going through some shit, write some songs, be vulnerable, put it on the paper. That's big to me.
Someone said one time, I'm good at remembering some quotes, not good at who said them.
No, 100%.
But they challenged me to write it as if nobody was going to hear it.
Oh, that's huge.
I mean, that unlocks a door that you get your foot in front of.
It's huge, actually.
It's even just a good exercise just to do. Even if you don't write songs, like if it's a poem or whatever, or just a short story, whatever.
Just for you.
But yeah, but specifically, if you're a songwriter, if you ever the exercise of writing something as if no one's going to hear it, you will put so much more down on that paper.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. But what happens though is you end up most times, if not every time,
talk to him,
writing some of the best shit you've ever written,
coolest shit ever. Because
you're like, oh wow, well it's because I took that filter off of like, what are people gonna think? You know what I mean?
I love that, Cale, bro. I mean, I don't even want to ask another question because that is such a true point to any songwriters, anyone in life, bro. Yeah. Just like God, it's so huge, bro. You got to be good to people. You got to be good to people in the real world, but it's like, do what's good for you, bro. There's so many people trying to tell us what to do in this world, and if you have, I'm not even trying to sound cliche, but if you have something, we gotta go chase it, bro. Right. Because take that filter off. Yeah. I love that. Take it off, bro, and just be like, whatever you feel. Yeah. Let it rock, son. If you feel like you gotta go. Yeah. Go do something. Go if
you got a burning to do something, you got to do it.
Go. You have to, bro. Yeah. Because we got one life to live on this earth.
It's fast.
We got life after earth. Me and you believe in that. But it's like while we're on this earth, we might as well. Yeah. You might as well just go get after it.
What else are you gonna do? Be safe and hopefully that works out. You know?
Doesn't sound fun to me, brother.
Not at all.
Let's go chase some stuff.
Come on, man.
I love it. My brother Cale Dodds, I really appreciate you, dog.
Dude, I appreciate you. I want you to know that you are one of the most authentic and just real humans. I don't even want to say new artist. And I only say new because you moved to town a couple years ago and you're popping right now. But I just mean like I wave your flag hard, man, just because from the first time we met, I was like, that's going to be a brother. You know what I mean?
Thank you, brother. I feel the same. That means a lot. Yeah. And likewise, I mean, you're a special human, brother. And we'll have our bromance off this camera. But thank y'all for coming and watching another episode of A Break with Jake. I have one of my favorite people on earth, Cale Dodds, on. We got so much good stuff, brother. Go ahead and talk to that camera. Tell them where they can find your music, where they can find your Instagram. Talk to them real quick.
It's all just at Cale Dodds, CaleDodds. They'll probably put it right here.
Boom.
They'll probably put it right
there,
here.
Baby. There it is.
On Spotify, Instagram, all of it. So
that's it, baby. It's easy. It's a pretty easy name too.
Not hard.
I love it. All right, y'all. Thanks for tapping in. A Break with Jake. We're about to get out of here. Peace.
You can't stop this train. You know we not doing it for the fame, but up in the city, people knowing the name. Cause we don't stop, won't stop. Yeah, we keep it rolling. Don't stop, won't stop. Yeah, we keep it going. You can't stop us.